Hey guys, what is up? It is Astrolia KD9LFC back at it again. And today you can see we are wearing yet another space hoodie, which means we are talking about some more space topics. This day, today, in NASA news, I am going to be talking about some more stuff having to do with Artemis. I know our last NASA news was dedicated to the NASA Artemis astronauts. That's a mouthful to say. So today, we are actually going to be talking about Artemis some more, but specifically Artemis with other countries. So if you guys do not know, the plan for Artemis is that they are going to build something similar to the space station, but it is actually going to be, it's called the Gateway. It's going to be the stopping point to get down to the moon's surface, and it's going to provide a great place for the astronauts to chill and hang out and get prepped to go down to the surface. And on this gateway, it is not just going to be NASA. We know that NASA is working hard on trying to expand its reach with other nations, with international partners, and with private space companies to make it a little bit more affordable. It's nice to have everybody contributing something because everybody has something unique to contribute. And if everybody's contributing a little something, that means we aren't contributing all of it, which definitely is good for NASA in the long run. So the Gateway is the first step to Artemis, the first step to having a long-term presence on the moon's surface. And of course we know that just like the Gateway is the stepping stone for the moon is the stepping stone for Mars and beyond. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. And of course, like we do on every NASA news video, we open up with the NASA website, but we are not going to be clicking on any of those. We are going to be clicking on the handy dandy links I have all prepared for us in the upper corner. So the first article that we are going, oh, look at that graphic. Anyway, so the first article we are going to be looking at is called NASA Canadian Space Agency Formalize Gateway Partnership for Artemis Program. And this is, just like it says in the title, NASA and CSA, Canadian Space Agency, have formalized an agreement to work together on the Gateway. Now, this does mean that the Canadian Space Agency will be giving some things, and in return, NASA will be giving some things. So the Canadian Space Agency is going to be giving a couple scientific instruments, and just like on the ISS, how they have a Canadarm, they are going to be building another one, this time for the Gateway. Now, if you don't know, on the ISS, the Canadarm, or the robotic Canadian arm, that sounded so weird. The Canadian robotic arm is attached to the outside of the ISS. It can actually move itself around. All the astronauts are trained on how to use it, and it is invaluable in helping maneuver things around for not only spacewalks, but also maneuvering around the Soyuz or any resupply cargo ships, any of that stuff. It's really useful for grabbing onto things in space and moving them around and generally just being a really helpful asset. So it looks like they are going to be building, in this case, the Canadarm3 for the Gateway. So in addition to the scientific instruments, they're also going to be giving a Canadarm, which I think is a really cool thing. Now, NASA has committed to provide 2 crew opportunities for Canadian astronauts, which is a big deal because obviously there is limited space on, limited seats on all these missions, and Canada is going to be able to put some of their astronauts in these missions, and they're going to be able to be a part of this, which is really, really cool for Canada, and it's a really cool partnership. Obviously, very, very mutually beneficial. It also says down at the bottom that NASA and ESA have solidified their agreements for what ESA's contributions are going to be. If you don't know what ESA is, it is the European Space Agency. Now, it looks like they are going to be contributing habitation and refueling modules along with enhanced lunar communications and service modules for Orion, which is obviously very, very, very cool. So more scientific instruments from ESA and more modules, places to live, places to refuel. These modules, NASA has said that they are releasing the locking pattern so that people can develop their own modules and they'll be able to interconnect perfectly. There's no transitioning between Europe's way of making interconnecting modules and NASA's way of making internet connecting. They connect via Wi-Fi. No, it means that basically anybody can build a module and it can go up there and it can connect and become a part of the gateway. So that's the long-term plan for the gateway. And they're already, NASA and ESA and NASA and CISA? I'm not sure how you would say that. The Canadian Space Agency are finalizing their agreements and getting to work on some amazing, amazing new things. Okay, so switching over to the next tab, we have NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine, that fellow on the right there, signs Statement of Intent with Brazil on ARTEMIS cooperation. So basically what this is just like with ESA, just like with the Canadian Space Agency, NASA is making more agreements, making more international partnerships to help build a really sustainable outpost in space for the Gateway and for Artemis, and making that an internationally beneficial thing. This time with Brazil, the first country in South America to sign the Artemis Accords. Now you may ask, what are the Artemis Accords? Well, I will tell you, and I will tell you it right now. The Artemis Accords are a simple, intuitive, and universal set of principles that reinforce and implement the 1967 Outer Space Treaty, as well as any multilateral agreements and vital norms of behavior. Basically, the Artemis Accords is just a set of guidelines for how space is going to work in the future, because obviously we have a lot. Obviously you can see from just these first three people that we've talked about today, we have a lot of different countries that are going to be going to the moon, going to be going farther beyond. And although we already have the 1967 Outer Space Treaty, they're sort of expanding upon that and trying to make sure that space becomes a place that is mutually beneficial and can provide a lot of amazing things for all the international partners and everybody who's just there on their own, which I think is a really cool thing. So it's nice to see Brazil is getting in on the Artemis action. Okay, so now this is actually just a quick article. NASA and the UN signed Memorandum of Understanding on Peaceful Uses of Space. This is just like with the Artemis Accords. It is the international allies coming together to be like, hey, we should sort of talk about how this whole space thing is going to work. So the Memorandum of Understanding is pledging cooperation in areas of science and technology to support the peaceful use of outer space. Obviously, we want space to be a peaceful, mutually beneficial place, just like before. So we have the UN, we have Brazil, we have Canadian Space Agency. We have all these people, and they're all working together. All the astronauts are working together. All the scientists are working together. I keep just everybody's working together, which is really great, and it's really going to help to build a very supportive, very cooperative ecosystem out in that place called space. So I am super excited to see that not only is the Artemis program moving forward, but we're moving forward with other people too. So guys, that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching yet another rendition, another edition, another superstition. Thank you so much for watching another episode of NASA News. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned just a little bit more about how NASA is currently working with international partners to foster a cooperative, peaceful space environment. Yeah, have a great day, 73. Also, by the way, I don't know where I'm putting this in the video, but if you're seeing this, you're a pretty cool person, and I am glad that you are watching my video. So if you like it, just go down below and give it a thumbs up. Maybe consider subscribing. I would really love to see everybody here with me. It's crazy how much support I've gotten, and I really appreciate everybody taking the time to watch these videos. So, yes, like, comment. Please comment. Please tell me things. Maybe if there's an episode you would like me to do in the future, just let me know, and I will try to get around to doing it. So, yeah, I think that's everything I had to say. Bye. What is up, boys? Just kidding. It is me, Astrolia, here with another audio and video check. Check. Here's the second screen. Here's the first screen. Woo! I'm crazy. I'm just so good at my job. Like, so good. So, we are testing audio levels. We are testing video performance capabilities. I don't even know what we're doing. We're testing to make sure the green screen works well. Works less well in the dark areas. So I'm just going to stick myself in front of the light. I don't know what I'm doing.